Earlier in the week, it was announced that Sora was going to be the final Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character. Many people were definitely pleased by it, but of course, leave it to ResetEra to be furious and say that, oh man, there ain't enough diversity in Smash Bros. Oh, here we go again. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, the final Smash Bros. Character was announced, and it was Sora, and many people are very pleased over it. Very excited. I mean, there was a ton of reactions I saw where people were very, hyped up for it. And, it's cool. It's not bad. I mean, he was the most requested character, and a lot of people very glad to see him in the game. Me personally, I'm, okay with it. I mean, not my most favorite choice of all, but you know what? I'm glad for everybody who is overly excited for Sora to be in the game. Now, you look at Smash Ultimate, it's got a huge roster of characters, and, the cast, you got plenty of different characters out there from many different game franchises. Smash has a huge roster to choose from. I mean, now that we've hit, the 90th character, I mean, this is a massive one. But of course, ResetEra, leave it to them to not take joy in this, because they always have to ruin everything. Oh, because every time you go to ResetEra, you know for a fact you're going to go straight into the salt mines. So, get ready, here's the salt, because here was their issue. 89 characters and not a single black character. The anti-blackness of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What? They always push for this so hard, but they don't seem to understand that Nintendo's a Japanese company. They appeal to their Japanese audience first. Not only that, but Japan is 98.1% Japanese. If I remember, I think that's correct. But they always push for this. And when you think about it, they have the Mii fighter that you can, make them black if you wanted, or how they have, Splatoon characters. They have alternate skins to where they have a couple that are black, and then they have, Animal Crossing. The villager can also be black. But that's never enough for them. It's never enough for them. Then I noticed that this post seemed familiar, because this guy's been trying to get attention all the way back since 2019, where he was making a so-called letter to Sakurai, and complaining about how there was no diversity and representation in Smash, all the way back in 2019, when Smash is one of the most diverse cast games ever. Seriously. It's got a huge diverse cast. How the hell is it not diverse? I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, but then now he's going back at it again. Now, this was back in March 15th, 2021, but ResetEra had reposted this. So, basically, they were trying to get attention outside of their own echo chamber. And so I wanted to talk about this a little bit, because they got upset with Sora. Which is kind of funny, because there were some people back when Pyra and Mythra came out, when they were complaining about Pyra and Mythra. What's funny is there were people in that chat that were like, oh, I want Sora. And there we are, and Sora's now a problem. It's so ridiculous. We're going to look at the tweet that they're highlighting with this. So we're going to go over all of it, because, man, this story's ridiculous. So, starting off with this, we're going to go over some of this. We're not going to go over the whole thing, but we're going to go over the main points. This thread was initially written not long after the release of Pyra and Mythra, with the 5th character, the Fighter Pass Volume 2, not yet revealed, and us being under the impression that Fighters Pass Volume 2 would be the end of the road for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It was later updated, the section at the very bottom, long after the reveal of Kazuya Mishima, Fighters Pass Volume 2's 5th character, with the reveal and the 6th and final character, which ended up being Sora, being a little over a week away at the time of said update. In the 1 in 14,605,000 chance that a black character is revealed between when this thread was posted and the actual reveal of said black character, that still leaves the issue of the other topics discussed in this thread. One black character getting on the roster doesn't magically erase the other problems. Look, even then, they're just like, yeah, even if we get a black character, it's still going to be a problem. What? So first up, you're complaining about, oh man, we don't have one. When, you have alternate skins for Villager, for Mii Fighter that you can customize, and then, the Inklings from Splatoon, it still wouldn't be enough even if you had a character. This is ridiculous. Like, I remember whenever people used to just play games and have fun with them, they didn't have to look for somebody to, like, represent them. They were just like, oh man, I enjoy this character, regardless of skin color. You know, regardless of gender or any of that. Like, I remember back in the day when it just used to be like, man, I liked this character because they're a good character. Nowadays, it's like, oh, we have to have representation. I must be seeing myself on screen. Like, are you kidding me? That's absolutely ridiculous. As many of you know already, I'm a huge fighting game fan who loves Super Smash Bros. Series to pieces. Fighting game, party game, whatever you want to call Smash. I've been playing it since its inception on the N64, and while I stand by the opinion that Melee is the best entry in the series, Ultimate is very easily a close second for me. From its massive roster to the plethora of stages to the great music, there's a lot of love about Smash Ultimate, but the game has 3 glaring problems that I've been very vocal about. Yeah, for 2 whole years, by the way. 2 years. Lack of women, lack of melanin, and terrible netcode. Only one thing I'll agree with is the netcode. There has been an issue with Nintendo Switches All Mine. I'll give them that. Okay. You know, I do hate getting disconnected from matches. Okay, there's that. But lack of women. Okay, first off, there are 20 female playable characters. 20. If you include female Cora, female Robin, and female Byleth. So say there's a lack of women is stupid.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Like, how could you say there's a lack of women? It's so dumb. Also, as I said, Smash is a very diverse cast. You have creatures like Pokemon, Bowser, his kid, Bowser Jr. You have, like, Ridley. You have all these characters that are just different. Like, they're not even human. Tell me that this is not a diverse cast and this is a problem. It's stupid. They're definitely trying to push their, whole sensibilities, their Western sensibilities onto Japan here, which is ridiculous. And look, you can have a black character, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if there was a popular game franchise by Nintendo that had a black character as a main character, and if they wanted that to continue to sell well, then they'd put them in the game. But the important thing is not the skin color of a character, it's the playability. If they're good, that's what people are going to want. That's what people will be excited for, is playability of characters. It's not about race or gender or any of that stuff. But, of course, ResetEra makes it about that. Of the 3, the first one that has been addressed in some capacity, though the success of their attempts to rectify the problem are up for debate. Min Min is great. But Pyra and Mithra are basically the poster childs for objectification in modern Nintendo games. Oh no! How dare they have an attractive female character? So here they go with the whole sexy woman bad and cry over it. They're still crying over this. They're still crying over Pyra and Mithra. It's absolutely hilarious. And you know what? Pyra and Mithra continue to have that spice. I like that spice in my ladies.
Oh my, how lewd.
And then they had the roster here. You look at this roster. You tell me that's not diverse. You tell me right now that that roster is not a diverse roster. Like I said, you have plenty of different characters. Male, female, creatures, just different things in general. That's very diverse. But keep in mind, when it comes to these people, nothing is ever enough. And take a look at this. I'm not kidding. But there are dark-skinned alternate costumes for Inkling and Villager, and they actually complain about this. They complain about this. I'm not even kidding. They're like, yes, they do have dark-skinned alts, and those are most certainly appreciated, especially villagers, who got theirs at the last minute, resulting in an unfortunate scenario that I'll talk about later. But they're nothing but a band-aid for a gushing wound within the context of Smash's current situation, basically table scraps. What? What? Like, how? How is it, like you said, you can't satisfy these people. You can never satisfy these people. Like, you were to give them, like, a beautiful 2-story house, they'd ask for a mansion. Like, I'm not kidding. You give them a freaking sports car, they'd be like, oh, that's still not good enough. Like, this is the thing about them. They always ask for more. And then they try to say that shouldn't unique gameplay be more important? That's what people are looking for, is unique gameplay. Like, it's ridiculous that even then, they try to say that representation matters more than unique gameplay. Because gameplay is where it's at. That's what's important. That's the most important thing. It's not about the race or the color or gender of characters. But they try to make it about, like I said, they push this stuff. And then right here, but Smash is a roster filled with animals, robots, aliens, and other unique creatures. Why complain about the lack of black characters? I mean, right. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is more of a question C asked outside of Era. Really. What, Twitter? Twitter? And I expect to be on the minds of those lurking in this thread. Like, what they're doing here is actually pretty racist. Because they think that they can, try to push things onto Japan, try to change their culture to fit their Western sensibilities. In which Japan, they do things their way, because that's what they know how to do. It's an entirely different culture, different country. But they don't get that. And this is what they do. They push this. I mean, they expect Nintendo to change for them, for the West. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, this is what you always see. This stuff like this. And here's the thing. They don't even stop at having an issue with that. They have an issue with also Dragon Ball FighterZ, as well as Grand Blue Fantasy over this. I mean, if you thought it couldn't be more of a joke, it gets even funnier because they're trying to push this also into Dragon Ball and into Grand Blue Fantasy. And look, Dragon Ball is massive, okay? And here's the funny thing. You have tons of people that are black, that really love Dragon Ball. I mean, they do. And, like, they're trying to push this into Dragon Ball. Like, they don't stop. They try to push their politics onto anything. It's funny because they're the same people who go, oh, but we need to respect one's culture. But then when they see something they don't agree with, they're like, we gotta go after it. They go crazy. And they're like, oh man, we gotta make them change for our benefit. And it's like, do you really even support what you scream about? Because I don't think you do. And then they had a fit over this, over in the game, about how, like, there were some spirits that you could get from, like, certain characters, and Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and apparently the black-skinned villager, they had, like, an issue where they were like, oh man, they have black spirits, so there's a stereotype, and it's like, what? That says more about you than it does anybody else, because nobody would naturally think of it that way, but that's what they do, they try to, make that as a way to attack people, because this is what they do. They try to say in this that, oh, Sakurai, he's not racist. But then, well, what do? They try to shame him by saying that basically he is, an ist. I mean, like I said, they contradict themselves. They always do. Within a matter of seconds, these people go against what they say, they stand for, because they don't really stand for it. And listen to this. So he says, like I said earlier, I don't think Sakurai is ist. I do, however, believe that there's another more fitting word to describe him: complicit. Sakurai is complicit about maintaining his view of the gaming industry, not thinking for a moment that there should be more diversity in his works. This also extends to educating himself on harmful ist stereotypes, as this has been something he struggled with in a few of his works. Wait, what?
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! Jesus Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my time, but you outdo them all. Get over there!
Seriously, this is ridiculous. This is so dumb. Like, if you look at the games Sakurai's worked on, for example, like Kid Icarus or Kirby or Smash, how is there any form of stereotypes? Like, this is ridiculous. This is exactly what I mean. They try to say that, oh, he's not an ist, but then it's like, then they go on to say that, oh, he basically does, like, stereotypes? So stupid. And look at this. People in ResetEra, in that whole echo chamber, they all think the same. Like this one. Very detailed and meaningful thread, I must say. I'm particularly shocked at those spirit battle stereotypes. That particular connection transcends what I might consider the product of simple ignorance or lack of awareness, instead into territory of potential harmful and blatant ism. Well, how? It's so dumb. I mean, like, ResetEra has their own little echo chamber. They all think that this is how it works. But here's the thing. So they think that they're always right. They're trying to get, game companies to bend the knee to their will. So then they take this old post, put it on Twitter. And so when they put it on Twitter, they said, the whole thing, right here, the whole thread. And, you know, they did this on the 5th of October. So this was an old post from the 15th of March. All right, so you have an idea that this is an older post. So ResetEra, when they finally come out of their scummy hole of their echo chamber, they think they can post this. Everything's going to be all right. Everybody's going to agree with them, right? And then the next thing you know, they get ratioed completely to hell.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Like, people were just like, wait, what? You know, LMAO, and then, like, it's like, ResetEra is proof that echo chambers are bad. Which they are. I mean, realistically, like, you know, because nobody thinks for themselves, they all have to stay in line, and I still question how ResetEra is even a thing, considering they ban people for just the dumbest things, dumbest reasons. It still makes you wonder how they have people on the site. So this is a good post right here. Smash doesn't submit to quotas. I'd rather have every cast member play well than stick someone in for points, which I completely and totally agree with that. I like this one. Take your meds, schizo. ResetEra complaining about video games is the equivalent of an old man yelling at a cloud. Puts in the meme. I love it. It's great. Just use the Miis, guys. It's not that hard. True. That, like I said, you can just create your own Miis that are black. I mean, this is not that hard. Like, realistically, it's not. Don't they have character skins with darker skin tones, like the squids from Splatoon and Pokemon Trader? Yeah, exactly. Yes, they do, but you know, they'd rather say something to gain traction rather than play the actual game. Yes, they would, because it's all about gaining the attention. It's all about trying to force Nintendo to bend the knee. That's exactly what they're doing. You know, it's basically trying to go for clout. It's what it is. Have you ever considered that a Japanese company doesn't really give a shit about political needs and demands of Western people? Which, no, they don't care about it. You know, in which they're actually tired of woke bullshit, which is good. So, you know, there's that. I love that. You people are beyond parody, which is so true.
But wait! There's more!
So, also, one other thing that they recently did, which was on Tuesday, was they were now going on saying, I really hope in the future Nintendo is more global-minded about Smash Bros. Rosters. Like, they're now making a post talking about how they think that Nintendo should go, like, more global. Like, they should have, you know, Western sensibility mindset. I mean, it's ridiculous, but this is what they do. What Nintendo's going to do is they're going to look at, you know, like, game characters that people really like, that they know are going to make them money, because what's important to them is the money. You know, like, that's what they see it as. They're a company. They got to have money to live. You know, that's basically a company's food is money. You know, they have to have money to survive. So they're going to look at the most popular characters, and then they're going to be like, okay, let's get that one in there. You know, it's not about, you know, this whole, like, oh, well, we have to push an agenda. No, it's about, hey, look, we're going to give you what you want with your favorite characters. You know, that's exactly what they're doing, and that's what it should be. You know, them wanting to actually appeal to you, appeal to the customer. You know, that's the point. It's not about trying to push a agenda. It's just about trying to give the consumers what they want. You know, and that's what Nintendo's been doing, and that's what they should be doing as a company. Rather than listening to these clowns on ResetEra and Twitter who complain about absolutely nothing, that there's no money investment in it at all. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on both Discord and Minds. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the news videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on both Discord and Minds. The links are in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.